So I transferred one of these 4 Indian blankets into a gallon pot, and I'm trying basically a compost that's made pretty much 100% out of a rotten maple tree. So, like the trunk itself that just died and it rotted, it's very wet, very soft, and we'll see how it does before we transfer these other guys. Or we may just get some potting soil or compost from a garden center or something, because we never have enough soil. I don't know if that's where it's going to be blooming, but maybe it's getting ready to bloom. I'm not sure if you're supposed to pinch these guys back or whatever when you're growing them to make them like bush out, but I've never grown them from seedlings like this before. I don't know if I posted on a video, but there's a second tomato there. So there's the first little one, there's another one. Now we got 2 tomatoes and several other like blooms that I haven't really noticed any tomatoes on yet. I got some cuttings from some mulberry trees and cuttings from some Mexican sunflower here. They look bad, but maybe they'll root in here fine, I don't know. And got some Mexican sunflowers here, perennial ones, and they got roots on them. And so basically we got 2 plants. I split some of the roots off to make like 4 plants. Some of the roots, I planted like a big root clump in the ground. Probably don't even remember where I put it, but we'll see when they come out, if they come out. And then we got the cuttings, 2 or 3 cuttings. And if they root, we'll probably have plenty of chances to grow these guys. So if it's too wet here or something, we'll have a backup. I wondered if this royal fern was going to take off after I transplanted it, because it was so rough, but there it is. Not really an edible. I think it had like possibly limited medicinal value for like Native Americans or something back in the day. But even though that crown was pretty damaged trying to get it up, it was so rough, it still just shot out new fronds. So I planted one of our Mexican sunflowers right here against the ramp here. Natalie said this might be a good spot so it'll like grow really high, when we're on the ramp or whatever, to see something really cool. I initially said, well, why would you want it there? But there's nothing like it's not going to take over anything but weeds and some ferns and stuff here. So it's not going to, shouldn't affect anything that we plant here if it becomes out of control or something. So this is day 2, and guess what I found in the yard? So we found 2 or 3 black racers. We found a few other snakes. We found a garter snake, and now this is my first peninsula ribbon snake, which is in the garter family, which is why it kind of looks like that. They're very hesitant to bite, but they will musk you like crazy. So I found them, it was like 53 degrees this morning, so the sun's just now coming out, so he's trying to get his sun. He or she was very cold to the touch. I think something nibbled on his tail there, so he's missing a little tiny piece of the tail. But I made several videos where I mentioned how we love wildlife here, stuff like this. And this is awesome. First time I ever seen one. I've seen a blue garter here, which I wasn't able to get a picture of because it was in the blackberry bushes. And when I tried to get him, of course that's where he went. So this is wetland zone 1's where I found him. We're gonna just put him kind of back on the fence here. He'll probably leave, but first is trying to get some sun. But there he goes. Or maybe he'll he'll just stay out in the sun, but most likely he's waiting for me to move so that he knows that I'm not going after him or her.